Today we're gonna change a few doors on my E28. The main reason being rust. The rear left door has quite a bit of rust. It's coming through. It looks shit. I don't like my cars looking shit. The front door as well. It's starting to come through, but I have two better doors that I can use. So yeah, why not change them? So the tools we need to take off a door on our E28 are a screwdriver, a 13mm socket with an extension on a ratchet, a hammer, one of these plastic prying tools to pry off the door panel. So first, of course, we need to remove the old door. There's only one way we can do that. Obviously, I was just kidding. We're gonna use the tools. Now we removed the armrest and the manual window thingy like this, and also the trim. So now the door panel is actually almost free. It's actually really easy. So it's held on with clips into the door, like every 10 centimeters or something. So you can pull on it with your hands. You have to be a little bit careful, but oh, there we got. And now you just gently go down like this and they pop out. Like this. Go around. Make sure to pull like not on one point but take the door, because otherwise you might bend it. We don't want that. Like this. Like this. Like this, and she's off. It's a bit held on. Oh, some tape apparently. There we go. That's how you take off a door panel on an E28. So really easy. There are two ways to take a door off an E28. I always use what I think is the easiest method. And that is basically, I go through here and through here. And I remove two here and two here, two 13mm nuts that hold the door onto the latches. And then we have this thing. It's I don't know what it's called, but it keeps the door open at a certain angle. And we have to remove the rubber that's around it, if it wants to. And there's a pin, and we basically have to pop that pin upwards. So we hit it from the bottom. That's why we need a hammer. Then it comes out.
Oh my.
So I was thinking about it for a while, but I'm gonna take one door off at a time, put the other one back. Because if I take them both out at the same time, I have to line up two doors at once. And lining up just one is already... Alright, so we installed, well, not installed, we put the door in place, but as you can see we still have to line it up. So the back has to come up quite a bit. As you can see, it doesn't fit. And looks like the front has to come in a bit. So the whole door has to do this. Took a while, but we got there. If you ask me, it's looking pretty good. You got like the same gap all the way around. So yeah, and it opens and closes just as it should. So how do you do this? Of course you saw me do it, but I'm gonna tell you how. So there are two ways you need to line up the door. One way is it has to be straight in this direction, but also it has to be as deep as the other panels. And this is done by these little things. They're called shims, and they basically go behind the hinge. So this part that's attached to the car, and you see there the ring, that's from the shings. So you can put them there, and like that you can space out the door. So I had to put two in the front. As you can see, it lines up nicely with the front door, which is still the original one. So this is why I wanted to do one door at a time, so I have a good reference. You have to also do that down there, and you have to do that first. When that is done, then you can go and look and see if you can get it lined up this way. And basically, it's you tighten these bolts just enough to where you can still move the door with force, but it holds its own. So then you can move it around by pushing it, try if it closes, then move it a little bit, try if it closes, up like that, and you do it up and down. You can have luck with it or bad luck. If you're lucky, you can do it in one try or two tries. If you're unlucky, it can take you 20 adjustments. But that's basically how you do it. But I'm glad with the result. So I think I'm now gonna do the front door. The last thing we're gonna do today is change the kidney grills. We're going to paint them black. They are the only chrome pieces on the car, and I think it clashes with all the shadow lines, so I'm gonna make it all black. It's gonna be a lot better, I think. So here they are. So they are pretty rough, like I don't know what's going on with them. Like, see this, and they have cracks all over, so I'm not too worried to just spray them over. First we're going to give them a good cleanup, make sure all the dirt and the dust is off. Then I'm going to hit them with a primer that's specifically for plastics, a plastic primer, and then just one or two layers of coats of black paint, and we'll see how well it holds up. Maybe I can use some clear coat if I still have some left, but should be good enough. Okay, so they're cleaned up now. Cleaned up alright in the spaces where I could reach it very good. So now I'm gonna let it dry for a second, and then we're gonna do a good thick coat of base coat. I'm only gonna paint the front, the back you don't see. So yeah. Okay, so we're here next to the car. As you can see, the grille is nice and black. The kidneys are, but the grills, they're faded. So I'm gonna have to paint those as well. It's gonna look a lot better then. And I think I'm gonna do a light film over the lights to make them just a little bit darker, so to match the paint. I think that's gonna look really cool. Alright, so we painted the kidneys. They're black now. I like it a lot better than the chrome. The chrome was just out of place. Next time we're going to lower the car, make it look a bit cooler, a bit more badass, add some nice touches to it, and maybe change the fender, but I'm not sure yet, because the fender I have is actually not that great, the spare one I have. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, catch you next time.